Jehovah and his organization. So I'd like to start off with Sister Taylor. Now, you've been serving Jehovah as a baptized Jehovah's Witnesses for over 53 years. And no doubt, there's been some challenges that you've had to endure, also some blessings. But could you please give us a little background on how you've been able to serve Jehovah for such a long time?
Well, I remember as far back as 1952, being about 7, and going in the ministry with my little brother, placing the magazines for a dime. And then I got baptized in 1961 and grew up and married in the truth, and then we moved to Oregon. And shortly after, I started pioneering in 1991 and joyfully went to Pioneer School the following year.
That sounds very delightful. Now, has there been any challenges in those years, Sister Taylor?
Oh, yes. Soon after Pioneer School, my life changed drastically from having the security of my family around me.
Well, could you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, my husband died suddenly in '93, and within a year my children had moved out and sadly left the truth. So at that point I moved to a new congregation in Corvallis, and then I started having seizures that caused me to have a really bad accident and then lose my driver's license. To me that was devastating because I couldn't even rely on myself anymore.
So what did you do in order to cope with these challenges?
Well, I really learned to trust in Jehovah, to rely on him through those long prayerful, long crying evenings and begging for his help. And I remember praying for him just to hold me, sometimes like a hug, and I'd get this warm, comforting feeling, calming feeling come over me.
Well, we appreciate those thoughts there. So what have you come to appreciate then about Jehovah and his organization over the years?
That you should always seek Jehovah, trust in him, because he'll always be there for you. And with his Holy Spirit, with the congregation, the happiness in the congregation, enjoy those happy times, but also be helped through the challenging times. And I know that without a doubt in personal experience, he's always there for you if you just hang on to him.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Taylor. Now, Brother Jellum, you've been an elder for 3 years, and presently you're the group overseer of Field Service Group, Theocratic Ministry School overseer. You and your family are very stable in the truth. Have you always enjoyed this type of stability in your spiritual life?
Well, Brother Lawton, I had excellent parents that set a good example for me and raised me as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. So as a result of that, I was dedicated and baptized at the age of 14. However, regrettably, I failed to continue to rely on Jehovah and his organization. I allowed bad association and a desire for things in the world to steer my life in a different direction.
Well, Brother Jellum, could you tell us what happened as a result?
Well, as a result, I started a wayward lifestyle, and I was away from Jehovah and his organization for several years. However, I realized eventually how unhappy and how unpurposeful my life was without Jehovah, and so I decided to bring my life back into harmony with Jehovah's way of thinking.
Very good. So could you tell us how you've been able to succeed now to the fine spiritual standing you're at today?
Well, I've come to appreciate that Jehovah wants nothing but the best for us, and especially appreciate what he promises at Hebrews 12:11, where he says, "Discipline yields the peaceable fruit by those who have been trained by it." So because I've taken this counsel to heart, as well as maintained a regular program of personal study and meeting attendance for the last 23 years, I've been able to serve Jehovah faithfully. I've been blessed with a beautiful, supportive Christian wife, and I have 3 amazing children that are being raised to serve Jehovah, our 5th-generation witnesses. And although I enjoy blessings now, time certainly doesn't take away the memories or the consequences that I faced in the past. And so what I really appreciate and can honestly say that no matter how appealing something might seem in Satan's system of things, it's not worth 1 minute being away from Jehovah.
Thank you for that very heartfelt expression, Brother Jellum. Now, Brother Reinders, you were baptized at a young age and currently serving as an elder, and you're the contact person for the Corvallis Chinese group. So when were you baptized?
I was baptized 24 years ago. I was sitting right here at the assembly hall about to be baptized. I was 12. I was scared to death at the time. And looking back, I was very young, but I've never regretted making that decision.
Okay, thank you. So have you faced many challenges in your years of dedication?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like everyone, faced many. One that really stood out to me, ever since I can remember, I always struggled with depression and anxiety and everything that goes with that. It was something I faced when I was 12, about to be baptized, and it's never really gone away. Even as an adult, being married, serving as an elder, it's still a constant struggle.
So how have you successfully endured these challenges over the years?
Well, looking back, I know beyond a doubt that it's only because of Jehovah and his organization that's kept me going. When I think about everything Jehovah has done for me, it really is amazing to think about. I've had the privilege of being raised in the truth by a spiritual family, one that gave me many good examples to look to. Through the congregation, I've had great friends and association, the best friends that you could ever hope for. And then, more importantly, or the most important, perhaps at least for me, is I've been blessed with a very supportive and very, very patient wife.
Okay, very good. So we have one more question. Okay, so how have you come to appreciate then Jehovah and his organization?
As far as Jehovah himself, it's really hard for me to quantify and put into words how much he's done. I remember as a very young child praying to Jehovah, and I can remember that I felt that he was listening. I felt that sense of calm and that peace come over me, much like Sister Taylor was talking about. And so that's never gone away either. Even when I pray now, I still feel that same way. So sometimes it's hard for me to believe that Jehovah's been so patient with me for so long, but I've seen that he is. And so when things really get difficult, I just have to remember that. I have to remember that Jehovah hasn't given up. And so I figured that I can't either.
Okay, thank you very much for all of your expressions. We appreciate it.